Right, we've got one I don't think we've ever had before today. It's Fade Away and Radiate, and I'm sure it's Blondie. So let's have a look. 11th house, Wishes and Dreams, Sagittarius. Scorpio, shared resources, reproductive organs, and revisiting the past. Mercury retrograde we're in, so your South Node, taking only what is positive from the past and necessary. Right then, and that is way back in the past. Fade away and radiate. We used to say it like F-U, but it can mean that you choose to remove yourself from a situation and shine your light anyway. So let's see what they want us to know. Fade away and radiate. It's a bit sounds real gothic, but I don't think Blondie was really gothic. More ska era. I don't know which decade it was in. An interesting one. They've never picked one like that before. So let's see. A Blondie might be something important. You might know somebody who's suddenly gone blonde, or somebody who's nicknamed Blondie. The name is Debbie Harry, so the name Debbie and Harry could be important. Prince Harry is in it deep again at the minute, isn't he? For some, a lot of gossip going about, so we'll see. Fade away and radiate. Somebody chooses not to have you in their life. Remove yourself and go and be happy anyway. Best revenge. Be happy. There we go. So we're looking for the 19, which is the sun, which is Leo, the heart, the back, things that go on in the dark, illuminated, something being brought out. So let's see. Exposed. Remember in the 80s, my friend Susie, she had blonde hair, used to buy something called Sun In, and it put natural white streaks in your hair. Only worked on blondes though. I was always quite jealous of that, but it used to go green when you went swimming, which was weird. So that might mean something to some of you, a memory, putting sun in your hair. Oh, your hair going green when you're swimming, there might be a funny story about that. Only happens to blondes, I think. There it is in the third pile, so somebody's keeping you in the dark about something deliberately and putting obstacles in your way. So yeah, it's a codependent situation, so that explains the Scorpio, shared resources, or somebody just keeps going back to someone because it's there, basically. It's there for the offering, there for the taking. There's some contradictory cards in here though, so this is going to be interesting. We've got Aries, head, face, minor arcana of the Emperor. It's somebody who does what he says he's going to do. He puts his money where his mouth is. He is a man who is a cardinal Aries, a leader. All the cardinals are leaders. So, contrary to popular belief, it's not Leo, it's Aries, Capricorn, Libra and Cancer, the cardinals. But it's anybody really with fire in the chart. Aries can be male or female, but if it's just a fiery man, then it is a man of an older generation. Possibly retired, possibly sitting on a big chunk of money that he's earned rightly, and he's loyal. 10 years mentioned. Also some sort of payment, large sum of money, but it can also mean that this is coming to an end, because there's a codependent situation here. Somebody is in a situation because they have to be, not because they want to be. They're not independent, they're not standing on their own 2 feet. It's codependent, 9 years. So yeah, somebody needs to make a choice. Adam, Eve, Lily, the snake, which is this year, 6 and 24, make the right choice for you. 19, it's today's card, Essex, Kent, that's in the news a lot. Walls being built, being watched, people deliberately putting obstacles in the way, keeping you in the dark. Nothing can grow in barren lands. Venus, Taurus, the neck, the throat, the mother-in-law, mother of your children, arguments with a woman, 3 or 30. It would be the names I connect with it are Elaine, Natasha, Abigail. I'm sure there's another one. Josh. It's Remembrance Day, May the 31st, the military, poppies, but above all, it's stagnation, nothing taking place whatsoever. It's void. So you have to be open to something different, and Spirit will give you fair winds, but you have to hoist your own sail. So it's up to you to take the action required. There is a separation here, and it's mutual, it's wanted. 2 people either born in the year of the snake or this year. There's no love in this situation anymore. So the only positive there is Gemini, which is Mercury retrograde, revisiting something. And the negative is divine feminine energy, Venus, which rules venereal disease, so it could be sexually transmitted diseases here. Arguments with a woman, definitely. 3 and 30. Yeah, somebody is all about the finances. There's no love in this whatsoever. They stay in somewhere where they are trapped by what they possess. So they have to work even harder. It will make you ill. Hospital doors, health services, 9 and 27, negative energy. Grandparents, Walter, Millie, oh, and there he is, you see. He keeps flip-flopping. So he isn't a man of his word. He no longer does what he says he's going to do. He's dishonouring the dead. He made a promise and he doesn't keep it. So Aries energy again. Yep. Somebody is assessing their value by what they own. Spirit don't like that. Somebody is giving up, is thinking that it's only going to get worse from here on in, and they're stuck in it. This is the apple tree. It's the one where we don't chop it down for firewood. We prune the branches, feed the roots for a better crop later on. Whatever's happening now, you intentionally or unintentionally did something to make it happen, and you're reaping the rewards of your actions. But what you must be concentrating on now instead of the past is what you're planting now to make a better future. Somebody's lost keys, something out of the blue to sideswipe you in the next 8 days, something not positive at all, a negative action. Could be an end to a marriage, a friendship, school's out, so schools, teachers, lack of faith, lack of belief, it's lack of religion, it's the neck and throat again, it's Taurus again, it's Simon Peter, again it's lost keys, so be careful of your keys, and institutions, false friends, like I said, the doubter, I would say, in this one, the priest, the pope, schools and teachers, education. Somebody is going to be invited to a celebration, or there is a third party here. Gossip, the norns, May the 1st, 3 months. There he is in all his glory. So we've had him in the minor arcana twice, and now we've got him in the major arcana. Aries energy, number 4, head and face injuries, lack of self-esteem, lack of self-respect, losing their shit and saying it's my way or the highway, basically. So now we've got the mother and the father energy, and they are at loggerheads. It's nothing but arguments. There's no love here. It's all about the finances. They're so wrapped up in the material world. Disloyal and unworthy rulers and leaders, kings, presidents, government officials, MPs, father figures, bosses, or the main man in your life, or anybody born or living at 4 or 31, and 3 and 30. So mother and father are not happy because someone here, plus now we've got the daughter, mother, father and daughter, being put at the gates of hell because of others. And they have allowed it to happen and stayed silent about it. They've let negativity into the aura, financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally and physically. The tarot reader, the psychic, the medium, Persephone, the hostages, being abandoned in hell and left there to rot, basically. 2 and 29, massive connections to, we had the carousel in the song one day, didn't we? The carnival people, the travellers, the psychics, the mediums, who knows everything and has always known everything but can't say anything because it's his way or the highway. So unfinished business here. We have Sagittarius. We've still so much to learn, and it's a hard lesson. And just like Spirit, the tarot reader can't tell you the outcome because it would affect your decision making, and they're your lessons to learn. So don't act in haste because you will repent at leisure. So we have a divine couple here as well. So two people that are meant to be together that can't. One doesn't believe or have faith, and one cannot speak. So again, issues with the mouth, the tongue, the throat, and I would say teeth, health-wise, and the abdomen and the intestines. It's time to move on from the stormy waters to calmer ones, to take action, to leave the misery of the past behind. Don't take the baggage with you. Travel across water, possibly within the next 6 weeks. Yeah, it's time to walk away. It's time to leave it all behind. Too many, sorry. Rejection, a missed opportunity. You didn't put the effort in and now you've lost. Possibly a year ago. The loss of a new home, a new life, a new relationship even. You have to stop overthinking this. 8 weeks, 8 days now. Your inner child is no longer having a tantrum. You realise that it doesn't have to be this way, your way, this time, this person. It is what it is. You've just got to let people make decisions for themselves, but you don't have to go along with it. You can walk away because you feel you're being erased. So fade away and radiate, as the song says. You're being slowly erased. There's a hole in the pit of your stomach that you cannot fill. You may feel lonely in a room full of people, invisible. Nobody sees any value in you, and it hasn't for the last 5 years. Children could be involved, siblings or your past, someone from your past, fond memories. Again, Mercury retrograde though, we've got meant to revisit things to make sure that we make the right decision. Some are being held to ransom, like I said. Somebody thinks they've got you over a barrel, especially financially, possibly emotionally, or spiritual blackmail, mind games, 2 weeks. Yeah, the nightmare will be over in 9 weeks. The cage door has always been open, you just have to choose to go through it. Somebody here does not have the moral high ground, and they know it, and they don't like it. So, not the roof, we're not doing the roof, to do the astrology. So then, the South Node, revisiting the past. Perfect, Spirit, thank you. The Dragon's Tail. It is your ingrained response, something that you've learnt to survive, your innate abilities, what you are compelled to do, but it is stagnation. There we are. And karma, which is the 7 of Pentacles. Where's that 7 of Pentacles gone? Karma. You reap what you sow. Stagnation. This is all that's gone before, the past. Your automatic reactions, the unconscious compulsions and your rigid behaviour patterns. It is the point where the soul stagnates, where in response to a challenge to evolve, we always make an excuse and say, yes, but I can't afford to, the kids, this, that, the other. There's always an excuse. And end up turning back to the past. The challenge is to take what is good from the past and leave behind the negative. In Scorpio, the soul has been through traumas and dramas. The emotional pain must be left behind. While the ability to survive can be carried forward. So you will survive this. The soul has tried to change things for many lifetimes and may have suffered as it misunderstood what was on offer. So that you may have been going through this with your soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call them, divine couple, I call them, because we have the high priest and the high priestess, and we have the emperor and the empress. These people are meant to be together, but for some reason, lifetime after lifetime, they allow others to come between them. So, a bit sad really. Let's have a look. Uruz finally in the upright. So it's about physical strength and speed. Uruz. Number 2. So again, there. Whilst that is feminine, that is definitely masculine. Uruz. So, Ur is the wild and fierce beast, possessed great horns, formidable ranger of moorland. In fight with its horns, it is a beast of courage. So the ram, possibly Aries. The letter U or the double sound. This is the long extinct bulls, so again Taurus of the north, the Uruks. These untamable beasts, so somebody knew there was never going to tame that beast, roamed the wastelands and were much feared. However, the sound of the alternative name Ur creates a pun both on the Old Norse word for ore, hence metal, or a word meaning hail or drizzle, hence inclement weather, so cash, coins, etc. Difficult financial period. Ur can be taken to mean ancient or primordial. This is a fitting description for this animal of prehistoric powers, such as the Auruk. The rune is considered masculine and a force of nature. And the Emperor usually is a force to be reckoned with, but he's in the reverse, so he isn't, because he's got no self-esteem. It's the Emperor's new clothes. He thinks he's clever, but he's not. It is likely that Uruz originally represented the second half of the primordial pair, the first being the cow or Dumla, which is the Empress. Where she's gone. So there's the Emperor. Where's she gone? The Empress. Uruz is undoubtedly masculine in character, and indeed there may have once been a mythological equivalent of the primitive mother goddess that was represented as a mighty bull. So there's one in the year of the ox as well. If this was the case, then confirmation of the theory has been lost over time. However, it is true that most macho of Viking gods was associated with this rune. Thor, so Thursday, the thunder god, the strong champion, the deities of Asgard, and the sworn enemy of the chaotic giants, was the divinity to whom the people of the north ascribed the rune Uruz. The subsidiary meaning of both hail and awe added credence to this attribute, since Thor was the god of storms and the wielder of a deadly hammer that was made for him by subterranean dwarves. There's the chains that shackle you, the ties that bind. Powerful energies are at work when this rune appears. Yes, because it's South Ned. If you require added vitality, then Uruz is a good omen. However, you must treat this power with respect and caution, and this gentleman is not using his power respectfully. This one is possibly a Capricorn, that one. Or you will be made to regret the fact that you chose your choice to use its force in the first place. After all, it's fairly easy to goad a bull into charging, but it is not a simple matter to stop it once it's done. This rune's association with courage and great strength means that it is certain that you will overcome any obstacles, but brute force will not be enough to see any changes through. You will have to use your intelligence to harness the power of Uruz wisely. This rune is considered good for healing, giving strength to those who have been ill. So they go back to your illness in there. And hastens recovery. Uruz may also indicate a rise in status, but first make sure you are not biting off more than you can chew. So, oh dear. So we have number 11, which is connected to the High Priestess, 11th of October, where I come from, when the Cannibal comes to town. You will be the death of me. I can think of a few people I've heard that said to, and I've said to. So, you will be the death of me. Somebody, somebody is a woman. And I quote, "You will be the death of me." Number 11. So, Corneum Maculatum, Saturn, the truth, and Venus, what we've got there, love. True love conquers everything. And water energy. Hemlock is one of the most dangerous of the witch's herbs, so this is a very dangerous situation. Preferring to grow near boundaries, so somebody pushing the boundaries, and borders of roads, gardens and waterways, could be having a fight with your neighbour about a fence. For it is a herb of the gate, of the veil between life and death, and that door is closed to you. So if you think you're going to pop your clogs, got anything coming, because there's a rejection there. You're not ready yet. They don't want you yet. Where's it gone? Ace of Pentacles. The door is closed to you. There it is. Closed door. You are not popping your clogs yet. Therefore, it should be used with great care. It's used to curse, so there may be a curse on you and someone, to harm, in charms and spells, and call upon its poison. So she's been cursed, definitely, since the gates of hell by another. Somewhat counterintuitively, hemlock is also used to cleanse and empower the tools of a witch, often the blade or wand. Like many toxic herbs, it can be used in toxic versions of flying ointments. There we go again, flying. So somebody is definitely looking into astral bodies, but you've got to be very careful when you're messing about with stuff like that. To aid in journeying to the underworld. So somebody's trying to come for her. And in religious veneration, any of the dark goddesses and gods, such as Hecate, are crossroads. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome, and take a different path, and can be honoured by attending to hemlock. It was chosen death of the classical philosopher Socrates. The spirit of hemlock is definitely about boundaries, borders and other worlds, and we are having our borders well and truly broken that way, and can often help us have vivid dreams. So take note of your dreams and journal them. Look for the spiritual meaning, not the Freudian. And journeys, particularly when we are to face trauma and violence we have experienced or committed against others. So wrongdoings have to be revisited. Hemlock helps us when we are paralysed emotionally. We're no longer paralysed, we're going to stand up for ourselves. We will survive this mentally or spiritually due to fear and past trauma. It helps us when we feel we cannot change or move on by dissolving calcified thoughts and beliefs in our energy and body. So freeing us from that mental prison we've made for ourselves of, oh, they wouldn't like this, I shouldn't do that, or whatever people are saying about you. There's lots of swords out there for you to attack you, people's harsh words. You're going to climb out of that. I don't know where it's gone. It's episodes. In your energy and your body, getting in touch with our deeper consciousness. Unpleasant dreams often trigger change. So the nightmares are what's going to make you realise you've got to make a change. And hemlock, it is it in the reverse? Yeah, it's in the reverse. So you are stuck in a stagnant situation. You may feel that another has positioned you to be blocked, yes. But when hemlock reverse shows up, we know that on some level we have to take responsibility for our thoughts, our feelings, our actions. So you reap what you sow, that have gotten us into this personal paralysis. You must seek the answer to your problem in your dreams and meditation. Be prepared to